Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Let's see what we got. We got CB Confidence coming here in about 5 minutes. So we're going to wait on that and see how that releases. As of right this very moment in time, I am somewhat anticipating more of a bullish bias today. I would like to give, obviously, the news a chance to release. We'll see if we rip and take out a bunch of buy-side liquidity. I'm probably going to shift that bias. Otherwise, what I am leaning towards seeing a little retracement back down into this fair value gap. And, if that happens right at the news release, then I'm actually going to want to give this a chance to, just see if it's going to hold. And then we'll be able to scale into a smaller time frame like the 1 minute and look for an entry from there. But if we kind of scale out here a little bit, here we are on the 1 hour time frame. And as you guys can see, we took out this high during London session. So this is the current London session high right here, which is also a low resistance liquidity run, relative equal highs with this high from Thursday of last week AM session. So these relative equal highs stacked up here, I believe this is going to be our next draw on liquidity, whether that's right now with the news release or whether that is, sometime after where we can get in on the entry. That's kind of my thought process as of this very moment. We took out this short-term high, and then we immediately sold back off where we took out the Asia session low as well. Right here. So I believe the next draw is a little bit higher. I believe it's at least this London high, and we'll see if we turn here without taking this out, then that'll be great, because then we can look to target that. With this news release here in 3 minutes. We don't really have an opening range gap today. If I toggle regular trading hours on, I'll show you guys. This is New York Open today. The gap was basically closed instantly. And looks like we are starting to already push before the news event. Which is fine, because I believe looking at this price, let me go back to electronic trading hours. I think it would have been pretty easy to get kind of suckered into shorts on this price leg down, because we took out this high right with London. So if you were looking at the 15-minute time frame, now you're waiting for a 15-minute market structure shift. You actually got that. You got that market structure shift. You've got a couple different gaps that people could have been looking to target for entries. Obviously, this one would have been one that was actually in a premium. So if people were getting short, this is where I believe they would have done so. And you can see that this just picked up a lot of speed. Going through here, taking out this high so far. We still have the London high intact. In an ideal world, if we're getting long, I would like to keep that intact. We'll see if we can. If we cannot keep that intact before this news event, or right at the news event, then obviously once we take out these highs, I'll be open to pretty much anything. I'll be open to getting short at that point. Sell side liquidity right there. But yeah, as of right now, I am bullish. I'm anticipating that, here's New York midnight open right here at this candle, and this was the manipulation down, and then this would be the expansion up, and then we'll see. I mean, if we can get in long, we'll take out these highs. That'll be kind of our low hanging fruit target, and then obviously if we do end up running for these highs, that's kind of just a bonus. I was anticipating a little bit more of a sell-off in the early part of the week. We're still early, and we got FOMC tomorrow, which I think is going to be the most telling news event for the week. But the other thing that I had in mind that's kind of aiding in this bullish bias is if we go to NQ and we come up to the daily, you have this huge daily fair value gap that I think price could be reaching for. So in that event, obviously we've got those short-term highs on ES that I just pointed out to you guys, but the other thing is if you go to ES on the daily, ignore the drawings. It's kind of messy, but I think this could reach up for that high at that same time, just depending on how these correlate today. Jeez, get back over here. All right, so we got news coming in 45 seconds. 45 seconds. This orange line, by the way, is just New York Open today. So in the event that we end up getting short, like if this just runs right through these highs, and then we get some bearish PD arrays to form, we're obviously going to use these as our targets. This is opening range high from yesterday and opening range low. Obviously, we got a new week opening gap down there as well. All right, so news just came out. Let's see if, oh, great. Let's see. So it came out bearish. Came out bearish for S&P. We'll see. We'll see if that actually is true or not. But yeah, right now this is what I like. This is a 5-minute gap. It's also present on the 3. If you look at the 1 and the 2, it's not really as prominent. You know, you kind of have an implied fair value gap here on the 2-minute time frame. But I really like the 3 and the 5-minute gaps right here. Yeah, comparatively, New York midnight on NQ is right here. So we never really had much of a manipulation, to be honest, on NQ. We were just more so straight to the upside so far. But we did get, in terms of structure, I'm a lot more bullish on NQ because of this structure. We had this 1 hour order block in one move, came down, took out these lows, instantly came back, closed within the range of the next candle. And now we're pushing up. Market structure shifted already above this high with displacement. That's all kind of been holding. So yeah, to me these indices, as of right this very moment in time, I'm favoring buy side objectives. To me, that's not a low that would yield a reversal. It would be more so, or not high. It would be this high that would actually be prominent, one we'd want to focus on. There's 2 ways that we could play this. It's waiting just all together and then getting in our full position on like the 1 minute. Or if you wanted to be a little bit more risky, we could do something like half position on here, right? And then actually wait and then look to add that other position on, you know, let's say you did 2 contracts. You could add 1 contract here and then add that other contract later after this kind of respects. And then you get a, you know, maybe another 1 minute PD array. Problem is you're opening your, you know, 1 contract up to risk then if this does end up being swept one more time. It's right below that low. That's pretty tight. Pretty light risk, so I don't really mind that at all. Yeah, I would anticipate NQ to retrace and do the somewhat of the same. I don't know if we'll get the same exact retracement. Might just be something like to here, which would be pretty much equilibrium. NQ is just a little bit stronger structure-wise, so I don't know if we'd get the same retracement. And if we did, I'd be a little bit worried, to be honest. I would kind of maybe think that we'd push down to New York midnight as well. So I guess we'll set this up for now. And just for fun, we'll see how OTE lines up. Just like so. So yeah, I guess if it's all the same to you guys, then this will be my plan of action. I would like to put 1 contract on here, entering more so off the 3 and the 5 minute gaps and New York midnight. You know, I'm willing to risk this 1 contract for being wrong with this low, maybe being swept first. But then, you know, in the event that this holds, or maybe we work down into here, take on a little bit of heat, maybe tap into this 1 minute order block, maybe bounce off New York open, we get another fair value gap coming out of there, I would add my other contract on at that point. So my entry is going to be New York midnight, which is 82.75. 15 tick stop. And then this is 46 ticks up to this. I don't know why I haven't labeled that sell side. I'll change it. Up to that buy side liquidity level up here. Buy limit, make sure everything's good. Sweet. So I got 1 buy limit in. This is obviously super light risk. But like I said, we'll hopefully be able to add to this. What's Forex got going on these days? Kind of looks like it. How far is this? This is a nice 1 hour order block on GU. Same with the 4 hour. So if you were gun-ho to get a Forex setup, this actually doesn't look half bad right now. Got that 5 minute market structure shift. I'm not going to take it, but it's up to you guys. I would actually just OT up this whole range. You could just do this leg. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, but I would expect, based just looking at GU, the way that we've bounced off that order block, scaling in here a little bit, I would expect to see a push higher. Nice low resistance liquidity run all through here. Maybe all the way up to 3 standard deviations would be almost in alignment with this high, you know, just depending on where you draw your fib from. Oh, wow. Look at that. Push on NQ at the same time. Didn't work into this gap, though. Just yet. But disrespected the first discount gap. No gap present there on the 15, but it is here. It's amazing what different time frames can do to your perspective and these indices. But yeah, looking at this hour, you guys, or this hourly time frame, you guys can kind of see this is since yesterday morning, really. You know, yesterday morning, here's 8 a.m. Central, so this is the hour of market open, this wick. That's pretty ugly. And then worked up. Then this is ultimately where we were yesterday in our trade, chopping around for an hour or two, and obviously didn't work out. Ran our stop losses, and then I mean we've just been. This is pre-FOMC, right? We got FOMC tomorrow. Tomorrow's really gonna be like the main shindig of the week, for lack of a better explanation, you know. So I'm sure there's some people that took off today and yesterday because they're just waiting for FOMC, and then they're probably looking to trade late Wednesday or just Thursday, Friday, you know. And I'm sure those people are looking at the chart right now on the 1 hour perspective thinking that like they have no FOMO right now. They're just like, yeah, this is fucking disgusting. Looks a little bit cleaner, to be honest, on NQ. We've actually had pretty clean price action here on the 1 hour, you know, comparatively to ES versus early Monday was kind of like that, but we've kind of gotten out of that since today has started at New York midnight open. Looks a little bit cleaner. You know, I would hate to have us like, let's assume the worst, right? Let's assume we get stopped out. Okay, yes, I will play a setup off of here, but keep in mind, if this trade gets stopped out, we've managed our risk. Like, this is such a light risk trade. Like, if it just cuts right through, we never add on anything else to the position, and we get stopped out. Okay, big deal. Like, that doesn't bother me, right? I'm actually happy. I would be happy that I managed risk in that scenario, just knowing how we are right now. Like, this is, you know, I think you guys would agree with me. This is pretty nasty. I mean, all the way back to last week, right? Middle of the week last week, and even beyond that, beginning of the week, really. So for the previous whole last 7 days of trading, we've really just been, you know, these 1 hour candles are just nasty, dude. Look at this. Whoop, all the way back up to the high. Like, everything's getting whipsawed, like, boom, high gets taken, boom, low gets taken. We come back up. I mean, this is crazy. We finally break out. What do you expect? Maybe this to hold bearish? Nah. Not a chance. Finally, we do it again. Are we going to hold this bearish gap? No. Come all the way back up for these highs. So, these are the kind of the conditions that, not that you can't find setups, because obviously you can. You just have to be a little bit more careful. But yeah, obviously, yeah, you're going to take a setup and you're going to put risk on the table. So that's the same regardless of what the condition you're in. So as long as you're finding good trades that you're okay taking a loss on, that's trading in a nutshell. Whether it's good conditions or bad conditions, that's always going to be the case for trading. You're just finding good setups that you're okay putting risk on for. So yeah, GU. Oh, I guess he's back. They didn't believe in us. God did. Did you get 1 to 2 out of it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, if only, huh? Man, I thought you guys were gonna get more excited about this. A couple people just joined the call. They'll see this. All right, guys. Yeah, full TP's hit. Great session. Nah, April Fools. Yeah, I mean, guys, I mean, I don't really have much FOMO. Look at a chart 20 times, and I mean, you're always going to be able to say that. Well, if I bought here and I sold here, I would have hit TB1. But yes, you are right. This would have obviously been playing out pretty nice so far. Limit order still set. I'm probably just going to leave it up until this high gets taken. I don't see any reason not to. We've done nothing. There's been no other forms of liquidity taken, structures shifted. Nothing has changed at all in this entire hour that we've been on. Here's the 4 candles that make up the hour we sat here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the 15. So yeah, I guess to recap the session, I mean, we covered a lot, which is good. We've kind of gotten a good perspective on where we're at in the week, all things considered, with ES, NQ, these indices. GU was, we marked it up, and more so just to see how it played out, and it played out perfectly. I'm assuming nobody took it. I didn't take it, obviously. And then we had NQ pulling back to this gap, respecting, while ES obviously hasn't done so. I guess we'll have to just do it with that. We've just been hanging out in a 7.5 point range today on the S&P, which is just, it is what it is. So with that, we'll leave it at that. I'll update you guys on anything in the Discord if anything changes. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled in the Discord for PM session trade updates. Have a great Tuesday, ladies and gents, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.